Hello, and welcome back to Broken Chess.
The show that likes to change it up every now and then.
I'm here once more with Mr. Flow Official, George Grothier. George, how you doing?
Well, you said before we started recording that I'm fine, so I'm obligated to say I'm fine.
Fantastic. Love to hear it. All right. So the version we are playing today is called Sharing is Caring. So named because your opponent will pick what piece you have to move, but you pick where it will go. So I think that will lead to some disastrous strategy and kind of hopefully not a terribly long game, but I think probably some accidental checks and mating and things like that. Ooh, all right. So before we get started, if I'm in check, if we make a move and you're in check, and I don't pick a piece to let you get out of it, like if I don't pick
I
your
think we
king.
can treat it like coin flip, where
Okay,
you
yeah,
can choose not to move the king, and that's the end of the game.
I would agree. All right, yeah. So that will maybe make this game go very fast. uh,
We'll see.
Yeah, I think that's the only hiccup we'll come to, but if we come to anything else, we'll figure it out on the fly. All right, so you're white for this game, so I get to pick which of your pieces moves first. And I think I will pick your H pawn.
All right. And now you're going to move your queenside knight.
Okay. I think I like that. Uh, I think you're going to move your G pawn.
I kind of see what you're doing here. Okay.
Yeah, good luck castling.
Yeah.
Although, if,
Um, Now you're going to move your queenside rook.
well, screw you for that.
Who's going to have trouble castling now?
I wasn't thinking that, just that like I'm trapped and I mean, we'll say you can't can we say you can't force your opponent to just make the same two moves over and over
Yes.
again? Okay. Good. You have to move your I don't want to let you out too much. Yeah, you have to move your F pawn.
My F pawn.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you're going to move your pawn in G.
Okay. Definitely want to do that then. Although if I don't let you move either of those pawns, then I guess it won't get taken. But still. All right, now I'll say you have to move your queenside knight.
And let's move your pawn in E.
Okay. I'm not sure. I think either of those. Yeah, you know what? Let's get something happening at some point in this game.
All right. What am I
So
doing?
yeah, you're not capturing that E pawn, that's for sure.
Oh, but I want to.
You're going to move your king.
Screw you. You're going to move your king. That was what I was planning for your next move.
Okay, yeah, that's a smart. I mean, well, I guess we can't say it again because our kings would just move back, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's. Let's see. And now you're you're going to move your queen.
You're going to move your kingside bishop.
Okay. Yeah, I don't hate that. I think that's all right. All right. Now you're going to move your king again.
And you're going to move your queen.
Okay. Um, yeah, you know, It's obviously not something you'd ever want to do, but I don't hate this development that I have. I think you're in a slightly stronger position, except for your king.
Yeah, he's out there.
Yeah, I mean, as is mine, to certainly to a degree. I really don't want you to get those bishops involved, or the queen. Now it's going to be a while before I tell you to move her again. Let's see. It's your. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to be a jerk and just be like move your whatever, but I'll say you move your kingside rook.
All right, and now you're going to move your king.
So either of those spots I think is okay, but that seems a little safer. All right. Your it's like I want that knight to move, but I also don't want it to put me in any danger. Oh yeah, here's what you have to move your G pawn.
Smart.
Nice.
That was pretty much the only thing I could do with that pawn.
In fact, the exact only thing.
Now you're going to move your pawn in G.
Yeah, I don't love that. But again, I'm not going to let you take it. So interesting. Yeah, this, I mean, not to spoil the closing of this, but this is a very broken version of chess.
Yes.
And let's see, because neither of your bishops can move. I love that. I did kind of let you activate one of your rooks. I don't like that. And I don't want to have
But
you
again,
move your,
you control them.
yeah. Yeah, checkmating is going to be weird. You know what? Let's make something happen in this game. I'll say move your queenside knight again.
My queenside knight. Okay.
Ooh, that is not where I thought you'd move it.
Just because you said let's make something happen in this game.
You're like, no, nothing's gonna happen.
I'm gonna reorganize in the exact same 16 places.
It's a Fischer chess. I don't think we'd play that here because it's not broken. It's like arguably an improvement to chess, but like a much better version of our randomizer.
Yeah.
All right, where am I going? Or rather, who is moving next?
Oh, yes. You are moving your kingside knight. So you're knight in G.
Yep. Yeah, I think this is definitely the better spot to move to.
Your other knight.
Oh, you said kingside knight, didn't you?
Yep, but now
Oh,
your king is on your queen's side.
Oh, that's true. That was very confusing. I didn't even realize I switched like that. All right.
Sorry, we'll leave that in. Where am I moving?
Yeah, that oh, you're gonna move your C pawn.
And now you're going to move your bishop at h6.
Oh, that sucks.
I'm sure it does.
Yeah. Because that, I'm actually in a pretty good position to like break out if we suddenly decided to start playing regular chess. Up until that bishop move definitely weakened my position. I'll say I'll say move your. It still is the kingside knight on G1. I think that's actually a bad move for me. Yeah, that's a terrible move for me. I shouldn't have had you do that.
Well, so it goes. Move your
Yeah.
king.
Yeah. I don't like that. Although it's not a huge deal. Because you don't have any threats at the moment. I've done a pretty good job keeping you from attacking me.
Likewise.
Yeah. You know what? I'll say now move your rook on H3.
Let's move that that knight on F6.
Oh, we got a capture, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
Things are happening.
But now you're going to want to take that rook in H so badly, and I'm not going to let you.
Well, I'm certainly not going to have that rook move.
I think a better name for this might have been stalemate chess.
Yeah, it's going to be. I'm curious about that. Why did you have me move that knight?
Well, I can't exactly reveal my game plan here.
Sure, it just feels like it was a free pawn, but far be it from me to question that. So, speaking of free pawns, I'm going to have you move your C pawn again.
I'll move it to the only place I can move it. All right, you're going to move your king.
Yep. Not really a question there.
Yeah.
And yeah, you're not going to move that knight because that is going to, then you're going to take a pawn back. You're going to move your other knight, your knight on D1.
Okay.
Really closing in on the king there.
Yeah.
Probably smart. Can't get checkmated by accident.
You are going to move your queen.
I got a couple options here.
Yeah, you could really get it engaged in the game, or you could be a little bit more defensive like we've been doing.
Yeah. I think the risk of it getting captured is pretty low in this. So I'm going to take a little bit more aggressive stance. And then
at a certain point, enough pieces are going to get moved to places where captures are inevitable.
Yeah, I hope. But for right
we've
now,
never played this version before.
Nope. I'm going to have you move your queen.
Wow. It's riveting stuff.
Yeah.
Now you're going to move your A pawn.
Okay. One or two. Yeah, I'll go two because it's
because it's broken.
Yeah, we'll keep things a little spicier. Let's see. You are
amazing.
That's not what I was gonna say, but whatever.
It is what you feel.
Oh, I mean, yeah, like unquestionably, if both of us were just playing this game to not lose, it would just be a stalemate because like, oh, move your rook back and forth, move your king around.
Move your king to the same two spaces it's been all game.
Right.
Except each of us have moved our king around a little bit more than that.
Yeah, but even, I mean, this is ostensibly for an audience to try to entertain them. So
yes.
don't want to do that. But even if it weren't, if I mean, if it was just us playing for us, then I certainly would not want this game to end in a stalemate.
So what am I
Um,
moving?
yeah, that's what I'm saying, because I don't.
There's a
if I-
big buildup.
Yeah, because I don't want to accidentally help you improve your position. But I think I'll be generous, and I will have you move your e pawn.
My e pawn.
Mm-hmm.
So generous. So Ellen DeGeneres.
Great. Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Now you're going to move your pawn in A.
All right. Well, you're not moving your queen, I can tell you that much.
I figured.
Yeah. In fact, you're going to move your a pawn.
Shocker. You're going to move your A pawn.
Well, not anymore.
You can't. Let's move your king again.
Ugh.
Surprise, surprise, it moves to the exact same place you've moved it the last 3 times I've told you to move it there. Or from the last spot.
You know what? You're going to move your king. Just out of spite. That probably helped you, but oh well.
Yeah, and now you're going to move your queen. I don't really know what I'm doing here. I don't really have a strategy. I know I said I did, but
you know what?
there's too many different ways this game can go.
Yeah, I think if we were playing kind of regular chess from here, I would probably go queen captures your pawn on c4.
Kaboom.
Yeah, because it's hanging there, but I'll just play for the exciting one and capture your knight on f2 instead.
Sure. Sure. And now you're going to move your...
No, I decide what you...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
If you want to give me 2 moves in a row, you're welcome to.
I would add another layer to the brokenness.
Yeah, I would not recommend it. Tends to weaken a player's position when their opponent moves several times in a row.
If you haven't seen the 2 times we've played Flip a Coin chess or Feeling Lucky Punk chess,
yeah, definitely check those out.
Check those out. We have a lot of fun with that.
Yeah, if you've got a chessboard and a coin, I highly recommend playing that.
You could end up with 5 or 6 turns in a row, like Aiden has had a couple of times.
Yeah, it's that I think that's been our best success as a channel for sure. At least this part of the show. You're going to move your c pawn, so it is not going to get captured this turn.
Wow, I feel so. That's so generous of you.
I am a magnanimous god.
Let's move your pawn in H.
Okay, he hasn't had a lot to do.
He's had nothing to do.
No, nary a thing. I think, yeah, I'll play that. We'll play that one a little more conservative. And I think, yeah, you're going to move your rook on A1.
Well, since you didn't do what I wanted you to do last time, move your pawn in H again.
All right.
Perfect. Oh, I've got such a strategy now. But you have no idea, guy.
Entirely dependent on me
on that pawn going there. This is a huge moment in the game.
I sure hope you're just being silly.
You'd like to think that. So what am I doing?
Yeah, I'm trying to like see some of the disasters here, but
I don't think you could get a board set up like this through regular chess unless you were trying.
No, I mean your queen.
My queen would have been involved by now.
Yeah, no, and and my queen, obviously, where it is, like we would just get taken by the rook, and then that would not.
Yeah,
And you'd never have your rook up there. It would doing nothing.
exactly.
But you, I think, are going to move your D pawn.
And now you're going to move your, I wonder where it's going to go, king.
Yeah.
Live a little.
No, the whole point is to not to protect that
The
guy.
whole point is to die? The whole point isn't to live a little. Is the whole point to die a lot?
One of the two, for sure. It's I think you're gonna move your rook on now A2.
And you're going to move your pawn in F.
Okay. Really getting a pawn wall set up.
Yep.
The question is, I mean, we're never going to be forced to let ourselves get taken. So I'm curious what comes of that. I do like that I'm a couple pieces up. But I assume that won't last for very long. You are going to move your king. Don't know why I didn't do this a long time ago.
And now I am in check. And now I can't say move your queen because you would capture my king.
Yep.
And I guess I will say your move is to forfeit.
I don't think you can do that.
All right, then move that pawn in F.
All right.
Now what's my move?
That's certainly not to move your king.
This is a very interesting predicament I am in.
It certainly is. You know, move your B pawn.
All right, move your.
Did you do it?
Yeah. Is it not showing up?
Nope. On B2.
Yeah, I moved it to.
Oh, there we go. Oh, no,
there we go.
Yep.
Why don't you move your pawn in D?
Ugh.
I'm all about the BGs, man. Staying alive.
Yeah, I don't. I think it's actually better for me to go 2 spaces here.
I'm gonna force you by locking all of my pawns. I'm telling you my strategy here. By locking all my pawns behind your other pieces, I'm gonna force you to engage my other pieces, my special pieces.
Yeah, they are all.
I have one more pawn to get blocked, and then you got to make me move some other pieces.
Yeah, this might actually wind up biting me. Let's see.
I may win this game yet, even though I'm ostensibly in check indefinitely.
Not
No, you're right. Not ostensibly. I am in check.
Yeah. I'm gonna say. I'm gonna end my. No, you know what? I'm gonna postpone it as long as I can. Move your rook on h2.
All right, move your pawn in B. I will tell you that you can stave off the wall if you have me capture that pawn that I just moved.
Yeah, that was what I was thinking.
Or any other pawn.
Right. I was that's what the delay was in um thinking about your
Which
next turn.
space?
Yeah, trying to
Ah,
figure out which one would be the best one to have you take.
yeah.
And I do think, yeah, so move your pawn on c5. And there's only one move.
My first capture of the game, 27 minutes in.
How's it feel?
Feels great, baby.
So happy for you. Excited to be able to do that.
Well, let's move your pawn in C.
Okay.
It's
So
only
you're
one
really,
move.
yep. Okay. Swinging for the fences here. Move your bishop on f1. Yep, that was the best spot to move it to.
Now move your king. Wow.
Yeah. Ho, ho, ho.
Okay, look at this guy.
But you are going to force me to move some not pawns.
Unless you want one of your pawns to be captured.
Right. Yeah. So let's see. What would
I told you moving your pawn in H to that spot would be crucial in my strategy.
That's true.
And it has paid off.
It is a much smaller part in that strategy than I thought, or than I had initially realized. But yeah, all right. So move your pawn in d4.
All right. And I don't think we'll get there, but in the event of a promotion, does the person who controls which piece move choose which piece it promotes to?
Yeah. So if that pawn makes it to the opposite end, you can decide what it promotes to.
Okay.
But
well, why don't you move your you can move your
queen.
I could do that. No,
Yeah,
let's move that that knight on g4.
Oh yeah, that's been causing some problems.
It's been chilling there for a while.
Yeah, I'm protecting my queen, but that doesn't really matter. Oh yeah.
What are you gonna do? Have me capture your queen?
Wait, no, right. I could have had you move your king earlier, and you still couldn't have taken the queen, but whatever. So I think just capturing is the name of the game here. So I'm gonna take that pawn that was just liberated.
Okay. What am I doing?
Yeah, and now's the tricky part.
Now?
They're getting trickier as it goes.
Yeah, this is actually developing into a really solid game.
Yeah. I do, well, I think maybe we should say now that it might not be possible to get a checkmate unless one person has a ton more pieces than the other person.
Right.
So maybe we should consider, if only the king is remaining, that that's a loss.
Yeah, I would agree to that.
Cool. So in that case, then, I would like you to move your other bishop, the one on c1. Yep.
And now I would humbly ask that you move your bishop on c8.
Yeah, he's really just been chilling. Obviously not a lot of options. But I think this center is, well, kind of
Filling up.
yeah, it's very, very mucked up there. Leave that in.
Oh, what did I just do?
There we go. Fun part of the analysis board is you can just move whatever pieces you want.
I did not mean to do that, but we're gonna leave it in because that's how broken this chess game is. Broken chess, broken board.
Yeah, so taking some of those pawns, I don't know. I don't think I'll really be able to, well, I mean, hopefully I'll be able to take all of them. You know what? Let's live dangerously. Move the bishop on b5.
Well, I too like to live dangerously. Let's move the rook on h8.
Yeah, there's not a ton he can do there.
I was being facetious.
Yeah. But I think that yeah, you are going to move your pawn on e4. Again, it should be fairly easy to pick off these pawns, at least in trade. It will be, I kind of wish that I'd taken on e4 there, but that was really up to you.
Yeah, why don't you move your bishop at g7?
All the good it'll do me.
That was a good place to put it.
Yeah, actually, it's a starting spot. Okay, so I certainly don't want you to move that pawn again.
What if I promise not to take your bishop? Thank you, promise.
I wouldn't believe you.
Trust goes a long way.
I'm going to have you move your rook on a1.
And now you're going to move your rook on d8.
Very congested around there. This might be a good episode to watch at like 1.5 speed because it's very slow developing.
Yes.
I can't even begin to imagine how fast the pieces would fall if we started regular rules from here. Now you're going to move your other rook, the one on h3.
And I think you're going to move your pawn in G.
Okay. Yeah, so obviously either one is okay.
Straight ahead is also okay.
I suppose it is. I don't know if that's a mind game you're playing with me there.
I'm just giving you all your options.
Sure.
Not that you hadn't seen it before. You're very smart.
I am. Thank you. But no, I think I am going to capture. Just
isn't there something you'd like to say to me in response?
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, what am I doing here?
Um, that. Ooh, you know what? You got some pawn breathing room there, so you're gonna move your pawn on b4.
Yeah, a whole one space of breathing room. Good one, Aiden.
Better than those spaces.
I have
You know.
breathing room in F also.
Yep. Oh yeah, plenty now. So which of your pieces are you gonna let me capture now?
It's an interesting thought, but I'm gonna have you move your bishop on F8. Capture something with that.
I'll capture the hearts of the nation.
Works for me.
Yeah. All right. And yeah, with that, you're going to move your F pawn. You're the one that can. Oh yeah, I should specify. I still can't. They both can move. My apologies. The one on F5. Uh,
Did I do that?
yeah.
And Steve Urkel from Family Matters.
All right. What am I doing now?
Well, you're gonna get that bishop out of my way. Not that you would move that pawn again, but the bishop in E.
Yeah.
Just clearing a path for me.
Well, I mean,
You're not gonna
no.
move the pawn again.
I mean, I might, but if I did, that would still, yeah, let me, but yeah, you're right. I'll probably leave that one there. Let's see. I think you're going to move your
Can I
rook.
move my queen
No.
like at all?
If my pawn wasn't there, maybe, but seeing it as, no, you're going to move your rook on c1. I did let you move your queen earlier, right? Didn't your queen and king swap sides?
Nope. My queen has always been on D1.
Oh, okay, well. Oh no, I had you move it like one space and then back.
All right, now you're gonna move your rook at B8.
I think that's the move.
Oh, I see something I'm gonna do. And I don't think you can stop me.
Well, that's concerning. I guess I will have you move the pawn on e6.
Okay, and now you're going to move your king.
Hmm. Obviously, that would be a problem in regular chess, but I don't think it is here because I can be in check and nothing will happen.
Would the board let you put yourself into check?
Yeah,
All right, then do it.
do it I shall.
But now, of course, you can't move my rook, and I'm not going to move your king.
Sure. But I mean, your king has been in check most of this game, and he's doing all right for himself.
Sure, sure.
However, yeah, I don't like my position as much as I did a few moments ago. I certainly will give you that. But one of the thoughts that I was having as we were going on here was it might be a better strategy to just put all your opponent's pieces around the king so that they have no choice but to like let you move the king and then take them basically.
Interesting strategy. You want to try it?
I think I kind of am already trying it by accident. You know what? You can move your queen.
Great. And you can move your...
I'm glad we did eventually get into a position where like capturing is forced now.
Yeah, no, that's really great. You can move your knight, your only
Yeah,
knight left.
yeah. So with, I certainly wish I could take a different piece, but with the, I'll take the only one I can. Yes, I know I'm in check. Thank you. All right. Oh, but now you can move your pawn in f4.
Great. You can move that knight again.
Let's see. Check.
Not that that matters.
But it means you can't let me move that knight, which means, anyway. Your move, you're going to move the pawn that's now in f5.
Yep. And you can move your...
Wow, real pickle we got ourselves in.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what that particular move would do for me. I'm going to say, and this may completely backfire on me. Actually, no, I'm going to do something else. Let's move that rook on e8.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna play the War of Attrition, I think.
Yep, and now what am I doing?
Yeah. I think now you're moving your rook on g3.
Okay.
And what am I doing?
You're going to move that bishop on f8.
That's lame. Because that was the only...
No, sorry, you can drop it there.
No,
you got to move it to one of those two spaces.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
I think we're getting into the end game now.
Yeah. And I guess we've kind of gotten an unspoken rule of not moving the same piece twice. So much as I would like to just have you move that rook again, I will respect that unspoken, now spoken rule. And have you move your only pawn that's able to move on c6.
If it'll refresh with the move that I made. There we go.
And it will never
and now I'm going to allow you to move your only free pawn in h on h4.
Okay. And now I'll have you move your rook again. Yep.
And you can move your pawn in h5.
Okay. You can move your bishop. This is a weird game, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can move your bishop. This is so weird.
Oop, that's not the right piece. Yeah, I mean, okay. All right. Geez. All right. And going by our kind of rule, I don't want to. Yeah, you know what? You can move that free pawn because I don't want you to I don't want your king to move.
And I'm going to promote it to a queen.
Yeah, it's
I
weird
can.
about that. I'll drop it in.
Thank
There we
you.
go. 2 queens to none. All right, but what am I doing now?
You're gonna move. I'll let you move that pawn in b6. Maybe that'll come back to bite me.
Oh, yeah. So, okay. I don't really think it will, because all right, so your last one was the pawn. So I can't have you move really any piece. I guess I'll have you move the bishop again.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now you can move that pawn again.
All right. Kind of breaking the rule there, but
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. You can put it back, yeah. Why don't you move? I guess I kind of backed myself into a corner here.
that's the kind of the theme of the game.
What the hell? I got another queen anyway. You can move your king. No, 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 no.
Okay.
Your hand was still on it.
Yep.
Your rook.
This is tough. Because if I have you move any piece but the king, it's over. I don't want to move your king because he's in double check. But I think I got to. So yeah, move the king.
And now you can move your pawn in C.
Yep. All right. And now I can have you move the bishop.
And you can move your king.
Oh, I desperately needed that.
Did you?
Yeah, I think so, because
Well, if your hand's still on it, you can. I'm not gonna have you double move, but why don't you move that knight instead then?
all right.
For future reference, don't say I needed that
I just assumed that it would still
the
count.
before the move is made.
And your last move was the bishop, right?
Yep.
Yeah. All right, so then you can move your king.
And I don't care that it's putting me into check because you're gonna move your pawn in C.
Okay. And now I gotta let you move the bishop again.
That helps me. And you can move your. Now, you have my permission to move your king.
All right, let me think about. It would be nice to actually get out of check. But I'm trying to think of the best way to do that. I don't think it's just to capture that pawn.
Well, the pawn keeps you in check.
Yeah, along with the 2 other pieces.
I mean, capturing the pawn would keep you in check.
Oh yeah, it would.
By way of the queen.
But it would be 2 less. However, no, I think actually I'll do this.
Okay, what am I doing?
That was either a great move or a horrible move. Now you're moving that pawn.
Okay. And you're gonna move you moved your king with the last move, so you're gonna move your rook.
Yeah.
This board cleared up fast. Took a long time to get here.
Yeah. So now you're gonna move your rook. Well, that not being in check thing didn't last long.
Yeah, and now you can move your king because you moved your rook on your last turn. And I can't let you move that knight.
Nope. All right, so now, interesting thing, I can be in check and that's okay. No, you know what? Yeah, I'll do, yeah, I'll do this. I think this will work out all right, actually. So now you're going to move your bishop.
Check.
Yep. And so you had me move my king, you had me move my rook. Or the king was the most recent, the rook was before that.
Yeah, so now you can move your rook.
Okay.
Interesting.
Now you can't move your, well, I don't, one pawn literally can't, the other pawn I obviously don't want you to. So, and I don't want to move the king, so you can move your remaining queen, your bonus queen there.
Check.
Yep.
And you can move your king.
And you can move your king.
Damn it. With this rule that we put in place halfway through the game that was unspoken before it was spoken, I guess you're moving your knight.
Yep. And I believe
I only have one move. You can only have me move one piece.
Yeah. So
you said if the king was the only one left.
Right. I think this does. I don't remember if in like actual chess theory if it's possible. If I go down and capture that pawn and I get a queen, then certainly I can checkmate you.
Yes, but you can't move my pawn, and I won't move your pawn.
Right.
So I think for the first time in broken chess history,
we have a stalemate.
It's a stalemate.
Well, yeah, because you'd move your king somewhere. You could have me move my knight. I don't know how many moves it would take.
You'd keep telling me to move my king, and I would move it just anywhere it's safe. And I wouldn't move your pieces to put me into check.
Right. So you could have me go back and forth my king and the knight, but I believe a king and a knight on their own cannot checkmate a king. And yeah, like you're not
correct
gonna tell me to move your you're not gonna tell me to move my pawn to promote so that it would be possible to checkmate you. All right, so let's wrap this up with how broken, how fun, George.
10 out of 10 broken, 9 out of 10 fun.
Yeah, I would say this 10 out of 10 broken for sure. Like this is not the
especially for a spur of the moment decision. Like we decided what variant of the game we were playing less than 5 minutes before we started the recording.
Yeah. So this yeah, I think that this would be a fun one to revisit every once in a while.
Yeah.
Because it is a very different, like totally different strategy and objective. It did kind of remind me of what I played. I believe that episode will come out before this with Declan, Only Pawns. Just in that you're kind of trying to hold back and make your opponent make their like make them make the first move, make a mistake. But yeah, definitely a 10 out of 10 broken. Like this is not a game that you can, I don't know. I don't know that it's even possible to be good at. That's how broken it is. I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
But just the way you have to think and strategize, completely different. Definitely fun. I would say, yeah, 8 or 9. But yeah, I'm glad we picked this one. Was could not
Very
have
broken, very fun.
Yeah. All right. So thank you all for watching. If you let us know what you thought of that episode. If you've got any other suggestions, we always love to hear about new variants ideas. So leave those in the comments, and we will see you next week. Bye.